my master Imhotep gone to Neuracotis. I was to collect Rosie, meet him there. I didn't see them, didn't hear them. Those things. Those horrible things. You must warn Imhotep. The sands have come alive.
Legion. They should have overrun this site. This is beyond perplexing. It's a veritable mystery. The malevolence grows stronger. Its presence pushes further into my mind. I can feel myself slipping, losing my grip. The price that must be paid for our centuries of life is a cruel joke by the ancients. Perhaps something darker, far more terrible. The cold vastness of space is filled with unknown horrors. I must find answers. What is keeping Aban and Ghazi? I will continue searching for answers here. I will desperately need their help soon. Very soon. I think I heard them now. We have much to discuss.
You've returned! By Isis, you're tougher than old crocodile leather. But your look is so grim. I'm afraid to ask. Oh no. My poor, sweet Aban. What happened to him? Did he say anything? What the hell does that mean? And what's this? Another journal page. Oh, my dear master. What could have befallen him? Damn my eyes, I should have been by his side. Oh, I knew something had gone wrong. I'm cursed with an infallible instinct for these sorts of things. Did you discover anything else in Neurocotis? Angry Earth? They must have attacked Imhotep. I've never heard of them wandering that far. What could they have wanted? There are a few Angry Earth here, and they normally gather at Jupiter's Grove. Oh, I am really developing an affection for you. Go and see what you can find. I'll head to New Corsica to see what I can find. I feel terrible about Sweet Aban's fate.
Oh, you there! Are you by chance headed into Jupiter's Grove? Are you aware of what's befallen that site? The grove is now overrun with elemental entities, and I cannot get by them. Perhaps, if you have the capacity to exercise a certain level of discretion, this relates to the secret recipe we use to sweeten the Roman baths in New Corsica. You have to swear to secrecy. Excellent. We need embalming salts from the sarcophagi in the grove. I know what you're thinking, but it is great for the skin. And you swore. So, get the salts and bring the delivery to host Habiba in New Corsica.
You certainly seem to have stirred up this hornet's nest, youngster. Sadly, I find myself a prisoner of these elemental beings. Or else, I'd offer my assistance. Then this is a fortuitous day for us both. For I am he. There's a sandy monstrosity that seems to have a way to release these unusual bonds. But I doubt it'll simply hand it over. Brilliantly done, youngster. I could tell by your show of martial prowess that you are highly trained. Now let me guess. Ghazi sent you. Am I right? Remarkable woman. A brilliant mind for one so young. But we mustn't waste any time. Something evil stirs in the sands. I'll meet you both in New Corsica. There's much to do.
You made it! You're becoming as reliable as the dawn. Imhotep arrived a short while ago. He was quite impressed with his gallant rescuer. Oh, I could kiss your striking visage repeatedly. Thankfully, Imhotep was still in one piece. Please excuse the mess. Most of the important books and scrolls in the city were seized and stored here. It's become our library and our sanctum. The Pontifex Charmion, a spiritual leader here for many years. She was once very wise, but she's lost her way. Unfortunately, New Corsica has suffered under her guidance. Guard your words carefully in her presence. He's recovering from his ordeal. Although relatively unharmed, it had a greater impact on him than he was willing to say. He's taking restorative elixirs to help him focus his mind. I've never seen him so troubled. Honestly, it scares me. Oh, he wanted you to consult a scroll. He said it would shed light on our current situation. It's just there on the table.
The gods summoned us from the old world, calling us to paradise, the undying land. They promised life eternal. The divine ancients shared their wisdom, directing us to build great temples to house their wonders. The works of my people shone like a jewel in this new world. But madness erupted throughout the land, igniting a terrible war. Our great works were laid to waste. When the fires cooled, the ancients had vanished, leaving behind only ruins, and a doomed race of immortal soldiers guarding empty temples. But we were determined to endure. In the absence of the ancients, we became the masters of our own destiny. We battled the primordial beings birthed by the cataclysm, and discovered immortality became a curse. Death had not been banished, only transformed. Even the madness returned to plague us anew. In the end, the ancients' promises had been nothing but lies. I pray they've not blinded us to the terror stirring beneath the sands.
I am not being loud. I'm simply worried about you. Think about Aban.
Do you think I could ever forget Aban?
We'll continue this later. Words fail me. How can I ever thank you for saving this old goat?
Yes, this goat owes you a tremendous debt. But I'm afraid we may not yet take a rest.
You see what I said about our friend here?
Indeed. Most impressive. Your presumption is correct. We must retrieve the seed of the Aizoth tree.
It seems the angry earth have reawakened just for the seed. But we must learn what they plan to do with it.
And where they've taken it. Yes, of course. To grow the seed, they'll need water, and plenty of it. Now I understand Ghazi's embarrassing obsession with you.
Do remember, Imhotep, that I'm much more handy with a sword than you.
Thank you for your help. I would join you, but I felt an evil presence on my journey near the shrine of Thoth. One which Ghazi and I must investigate.
Recover the seed if you can, and meet us at the shrine.
there you are. No doubt you've witnessed all manner of fascinating events and faced innumerable perils. And bearing gifts, I see. What is that device? Feeding, you say? Most intriguing. This will certainly merit further study. Yes. Most intriguing indeed. This device is of ancient make. I recognize the distinctive markings and construction. It's a focus for some kind of power, but I've never seen one exactly like this before. Oh, I knew them. Well enough to worry about a device like this. It's protected by an arcane lock that prevents me from discerning its nature. I've encountered such locks before. That remains to be seen. This one seems especially complex. The design is familiar, though. Fortunately, I happen to know a spell that can open ancient locks. But I will require certain rare components. Your eagerness and acumen are commendable. You remind me of Ghazi. Here is the list of components and where to acquire them. I'd warn you of the danger, but I believe you're up to the task.
Oh, I'll have a limp for weeks. Monsieur Heron makes scrambling up and down ancient ruins sound so easy. Oh, I beg your pardon. I'm just recovering from an embarrassing fall. Mostly my ego bruised. Have you read the writings of William Heron? His words inspired me to be an antiquarian. So, naturally, I set out to climb the ruined aqueduct as soon as I arrived. It's harder than it looks. Though maybe not for someone like you. I know it sounds absurd, but I saw glimmers of light shining through the stones. I would love to know what they are.
These items are fine specimens. You have an eye for this sort of work, youngster. Place the items in the conjuring circle in the areas I've marked. Then, for your safety, step away. I shall begin the incantation. It is indeed a sorcery taught to me by one of the ancients themselves. My mentor. It isn't what we thought, by the way. The ancients, they were not gods, though they wielded power as if they were. Too much like us in some ways, and yet not enough like us in others. The specter of Eternum is their legacy. Never forget that. No! It cannot be! We have unleashed the demon!
But that's impossible. For it to reawaken after all these centuries? Was it a ritual?
Yes. Swaddled in arrogance. I have brought doom upon us all. No! 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 I must do something! I must stop him! Ah! My mind darkens. I drown in shadows. I am lost. Lost! Ah!
Imhotep!
Address me as Great Pharaoh. I appoint you as my sword to defeat Apophis, our eternal foe. Apophis is a primordial, an elder of the angry earth we believed banished. His return heralds the destruction of humanity. The ancients awakened the angry earth to battle corruption. But their deadly weapon perceived us as a threat as well.
It was millennia ago, but the horror is still fresh. Apophis led the angry earth in a war of genocide against our people. Only because they ceased their attacks and returned to the earth. We never discovered why.
I know not, but there is a vault in Hermopolis, where many records were kept. Seek my sword, and meet us anon in New Corsica.
Oh, you really did it. Climbed the aqueduct and came back in one piece. Ah, the last mercenary who passed through just scoffed at me. Oh, what did you find? Ancient tomb guardians, mysterious artifacts, hidden treasure. Even better. I know Monsieur Heron had an interest in those. I admit, I feel a twinge of envy at your prowess. Still, I must thank you for sating my curiosity. Have you seen the circular stone gates at Hermopolis? There is one just like them right above our heads. But no matter what I do, the gateway here remains inactive. That could be. I've never had the chance to compare the different gateways. The road from here to Hermopolis is long and full of scorpions. Oh, you will? Then I won't be idle in your absence. These ancient devices will yield their secrets to us.
My mighty sword returns. You shine with the light of Ra. What mysteries have you uncovered in the vault? Speak to your pharaoh. The scrolls are written in ancient script. There are few in Eternum who can read them. I am one of them. And that strange jar. Something floats within. So it is. I must decipher these scrolls. There is foul alchemy at work here. The scrolls speak of a process that combines the bodies and souls of different creatures together into a chimera. This is the blasphemous power that the ancients used to create the primordials. I did not think it possible. But perhaps I was mistaken. This strange jar is not centuries old. It's new. Someone recently visited the vault. I do not think so. Such craft seems beyond that demon's temperament and skill. There's another mind at work here. One that is far more cunning. I recognize the pungent scent and sickly color of the jar's fluid. It comes from the sulfurous pools of Orcus. Go there and see what you can discover. But be on your guard. A great evil lurks in the shadows.
Oh, please let me know as... What did you do? How did you accomplish that? I found the very same glyph, but I never produced even a flicker of magic. Then knowing the meaning of the glyph is insufficient to give it power. One must understand and embody the concept, whatever it is. So that's why my attempts were inadequate. But I'm... No, you're right. I mustn't give up on my dreams, even with all my missteps. Thank you. Someday, I'll be a respected antiquarian in my own right. And I hope you'll be there to see it.
Is there no task that you cannot accomplish? Ptah has crafted me a very fine weapon indeed. I sense something strange. A familiar power. It's a piece of a disk of Atum. It pulses with quintessence. Potent energy from the stars the ancients used in their magics. Why was this at the pools of Orcus? Could Apophis simply be creating an army of chimeras? That would take time. And it seems too simple a stratagem. There is more here that we are not seeing. The discs of Atum were used to focus the quintessence harnessed by the Aeneid, a vast power source housed within the Great Pyramid of Akhet, a structure I built for the ancients long ago. When active, it powered the ancients' great machines throughout the island. Apophis did boast he had been granted power. Akhet houses both wonders and horrors. It has weapons capable of terrible devastation. They would certainly suit that demon's lust for destruction. And it's clear he's been to the pyramid. My sword must investigate Akhet to determine if the flow of quintessence has increased. I'll enhance your Azoth staff to detect the precious energy. Seek out the Diospolis entrance to the pyramid. It'll give you the access to the inner workings of the temple, to its deepest secrets. Go with the light of Ra.
I'm not sure why you've come here. You cannot stop what I have begun. The threat of corruption was dire, but the toll you exacted from the Motherwell, the damage you wrought, it will take generations to heal. I foolishly came to the aid of humanity. And once again, this is how we were repaid. It is proven again, humanity is the true source of all evils. A vessel for corruption, a plague to nature. And you are a prime example. Another of my kind lies dreaming in these sands. But he will soon be awakened. And together we will purge this island of your kind and restore Eternum to the paradise it was meant to be. Be gone from here! There is nothing you can do.
Even here I sense the surge of power from Aket. The earth hums with the energized blood flowing through her veins. What has Apophis done? Adiana? It has been many long centuries since I heard that name. I thought her gone like the others. You do realize she assumes that name only to masquerade in human form? She is an ancient we knew as Artemis. Oh. So she keeps that a secret these days, does she? There is much significance to that fact. Much I will need to consider. But if she has reactivated the Aeneid, then she has something quite catastrophic in mind. Here? In Brimstone Sands? She could only mean Sutek, the very ancient who taught me the mysteries of Eternum. My master will return then. But Artemis will need the Eye of Horus. Only the Eye can awaken my master.